Massachusetts has a rich history going back hundreds of years, from the old mill factory switched to a blanket and cloth production plant during the Civil War, to being the headquarters for Digital Equipment Corporation from 1957 to 1998. But it all started with a single man who moved to what is now our little town, the namesake for our beloved town, a man named Amory Maynard. Amory Maynard was born just a few towns over in Marlborough, Massachusetts, on February 28, 1804. After marrying his wife Mary Priest and having 3 sons just next door in Sudbury, Maynard decided he needed change. Little did he know what that change would bring him. He was about to have a whole town as his legacy, with a name on the map to prove it. A staple of Maynard landmarks is the iconic clock tower over the mill. Speaking of mills, Maynard was not new working in them. He took over the management of his family's farm and sawmill, Fort Meadow Pond, at 16 when his father sadly passed away. After the mill was forced to close down due to the city of Boston obtaining the mill for the city's water supply, he partnered with William Knight to buy land and rights for the Assabet River, where they founded our beloved Assabet Woolen Mill in 1846. The current area of Maynard wasn't a town until 1871, when the people living there at the time petitioned to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The town named after Amory officially became a town on April 19, 1871. Maynard retired as mill agent in 1885 after suffering a stroke. He then promoted his son Lorenzo to the mill agent role. Lorenzo in turn promoted his son William to take his previous job as superintendent. Amory's other son, who was also named William, moved away to California when Lorenzo took over the mill, returning 3 years later, moving to the nearby town of Worcester. Amory Maynard died in 1891, leaving both Lorenzo and William wealthy. Maynard's landmark tomb isn't the only remaining footprint of his name. He also has a street named after him. Amory Maynard will forever have history intertwined in our town, leaving a lasting legacy throughout our historic Maynard, Massachusetts.
The Maynard High School football team had an outstanding 2022-2023 season, which started with a win over the D2 5th-seeded Chelmsford Lions and ended with a record of 8-3 in the 3rd seed in Division 5.
The first game of the season, we were going against a Division II powerhouse. Going into that game was a Davy and Goliath kind of thing, and you guys bought into it. So that win was really special. Plus, it propelled us for the rest of the season. We just were very confident coming out of that game, and we rode that win for the rest of the season.
Considering that the Tigers had only played in Division 5 for 6 years, they had finished as a 14th seed just the season before. This was an exciting and memorable year for coaches, players, and fans.
It was an older group of players, so it's always nice to coach guys who've got some experience under their belt. But I thought the best part was that they bought in. You can't have one guy doing his thing and then 10 other guys buying in. You got to have all 11 buying in. Off-season workouts, we had great turnouts. And during the preseason camps, we had excellent, hard-working group of guys. And it showed once we started to actually play games, that buy-in, that commitment level was really exceptional. That's why we were so successful.
Current junior quarterback Dylan Gallup finished that season with 2,365 passing yards, which is the most ever by a Maynard quarterback. A pair of 29 passing touchdowns in a sophomore year, another impressive accomplishment.
Being able to do that with all my teammates and everyone contributing, whether it was the receivers catching the pass, the line blocking, to being able to let me have time to throw it, it was really good because all that hard work of us being on the field and practicing stuff, it all paid off, and not just in an individual way. I feel like it was all a team effort doing that.
Wide receiver Mateo Arellano finished the season as one of Gallup's favorite targets, with 55 receptions, 805 receiving yards, and 9 touchdowns in his junior year.
Mateo's best skill as a receiver is probably his route running or his hands.
And this is why the 2022-2023 Maynard Tigers football team is in Maynard Legacies. And I'll see you next episode for more sports to reveal.
On November 7th, 2023, the town of Maynard is voting on whether or not to open a new elementary school. The building here, which was originally opened in 1956 and had a big extension put on in 1970, has been the topic of debate the past couple of years because it has struggled to keep up with the landscape of education. Let's take a walk through Maynard Public School history while I take a walk through the school here behind me. The current school was preceded by the Roosevelt School on Nason Street, which is now the Maynard Public Library. That school, which was originally destroyed by fire in 1916, which is thought to have been the work of an arsonist, was rebuilt and used up until 1988, when they moved to the current Green Meadow School, which was originally built for the 1956 school year. Today, the archway to the old school still stands as it is used as the entrance to the library. The current Green Meadow School, which was originally built in 1955 and was extremely small, had a massive addition put on it for the 1988-89 school year, which is when the Roosevelt School closed and the current building was moved into fully.
The school will begin in 2025, and it will be finished in the summer of 2027. Overall, once the entire building will be done, it will be 2029, but students will be in the building as of 2027-28. At this moment, it really does sound like the community of Maynard has a positive thought process to this new school.
Go vote on the new school on November 7th.